One. Hello. Welcome to the interview. Today with me is Shilpa Agarwal. She's a life coach, writer, and trainer. She works with people by helping them to help themselves by, guiding them through a series of conversations over a period of time that can help one change their mind and their actions. Thanks so much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate your time, Shilpa.
Hi, Bryce. Thank you so much for having me here. Really excited to be here. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you'd like me to add to that introduction?
Uh, Basically, I work with people of all ages or something. What would you like to add in? Like, I'm not
I
sure.
don't.
I, I worked with the media before, and right now I'm very passionate about basically people living joyful lives. So that is where my passion comes from. So I write blogs because of that. I train. I work with groups. I work with individuals because basically, yeah, that's where my passion lies. I genuinely want people to live joyful lives, to feel good about themselves. So that's where all of my work comes from.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes I'll say the introduction, but the person has done so much in their life that, that I miss some things. So if
Right. So I've been in the wellness. I've been in the personal growth industry for about 3 years now, and prior to that, 6 years I've been in the media. And in this, I worked with like a lot of people, over 50 or say 60 or 70 personal sessions I've had, wherein I get a chance to be intimate with people and see all where people are coming from, and yet there are so many common threads, though the experiences of people could be so diverse. And my where I differentiate myself is I gave myself about 2 years or more, where I personally went very deep into my transformation with my coach. And whatever I share now is more or less coming only from experience of having been through, a lot of, it could be my binge eating, everything I've personally worked on myself. I was not in a hurry to enter this and be commercially successful. Rather, I was taking it organically, where I truly come from the place of practicing what I say, what I share, and be honest with my people where I am at. So that is something I've been very I've really, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, what was life like before? I know you mentioned that you were in the you've done a lot of interviews in the past and you were a reporter and stuff. Can you talk about, that and what drove you into becoming a coach?
So yeah, absolutely. I used to love writing. I was a journalist, and I used to love interviewing and getting to know people. But I actually felt that there's a lot more I'd like to do personally with my life. As much as I enjoyed knowing people, and you get really inspired. You talk to amazing people who are doing so well. That also, it made me realize the need in me to also have a name for myself and to do something more with my life. So after my stint in writing and journalism for about 4 to 5 years, I was feeling this, this longing somewhere. And I remember one of my interviews with a New York-based life coach. And when I came across her and I interviewed her, I actually felt like this is something which sounds really amazing. I mean, it can club a lot of passions of mine for writing, for speaking to people, for meet with, I get a chance to meet new people, understand them, and also be of help in the process. And so for me, that immediately intrigued me. And then after, there comes like a turning point where you realize, decide, I just cannot continue in the field I am in because I'm not feeling good. So I switched gears. I worked with a company here who's into, I mean, I worked with a coach here. And then that's how it started for me.
Okay, nice. So, what are people usually coming to you for? Like, what are they struggling with in their life?
Actually, there are many people who just have an inner prompting that something is not working for them. They may sometimes have a trigger, like maybe they reach out because they are feeling unhappy in a relationship, or maybe they're not, there have been a lot of people women who've taken breaks from their motherhood and not gotten back to work, or basically a lot of people who are seeking to, have, discover what they're passionate about. Or it could be there have been people who've come for very simple things. They're not enjoying life, and they're not just happy with where they are at. So the beauty of the variety of people have reached out to me. I mean, that kind of fascinated me, because one might think that people only come to a coach if there's something very grave happening, or something very they're really troubled, or they really want to build only on their goals. Of course, there are many people who come for that, but there are a lot of people reaching out because they know that a service exists which can help them, and push them faster, help them understand themselves. So more or less, there's an underlying unhappiness which manifests in either one or more areas of life, and which makes people reach out, and then we take it from there.
That's cool. Let me ask you this question. So, you said that you really enjoy helping people find their passion. So let's say that someone is watching this right now, and they're it's kind of like they're melancholy, not a lot of passion going on in their life. What do you think they can do, or some exercise that you might have that can help them go and discover what their passion could be?
Sure. I think, I think the understanding of passion would come with a lot of self understanding, the understanding of, a lot of distancing from what is the world expecting out of you, a lot of distancing from the norms which are usually considered to be successful and everything. What happens is sometimes, people may know what their passion is, or have a couple of ideas about their passion is, but the thinking of that, how will I commercialize it, or how would I be good at it. So a lot of those barriers also get in the way in terms of trusting themselves, whether they'll be able to pursue what they're passionate about, or will it be commercially viable, or there's a lot of self doubt, and there's a lot of other negative factors or thinking which plays in the role. And maybe truly there are some people who clearly do not have ideas on the workability of, or what they're really passionate about. For them, I would absolutely say that there's an exercise which I love, which is called Morning Pages by Julie Cameron. So that is one of the exercises which I regularly use, and I've given to a couple of my clients as well. Uh, it's a morning journaling where you just write without any thinking. You wake up, you just write. It's like a long form of writing without any thinking. You just put whatever comes to your mind, anything silly, mundane, heavy, deep, funny. It doesn't matter. You just keep writing, writing, writing. Put down 3 pages, and you're done. And this seemingly simple exercise is so profound in increasing our self awareness. So it actually allows you to look into what you don't want to look into. It allows you to pour, if you do it correctly. There's no wrong way to do it, but if you at least not trying to edit your thoughts and just putting it down on the paper, and anybody can look it up on Google as well. It's called Morning Pages by Julie Cameron.
Okay.
If people are doing it even for a few days, it can definitely help them move forward in whatever it is that they're seeking, whether it's passion or something else getting in the way, or what are the blocks. This is like really, really powerful exercise.
Okay. Cool. So, what does your vision for your life look like?
So I definitely have a long-term vision of, reaching out to a lot of people, perhaps even education systems, and reaching out a lot of people through the books I write, and through a lot of other forum. In terms of, truly, for my vision is very simple. It's just to really rejoice and feel alive. That's the essence of what I do. Because what happens is, imagine we have everything. We have accomplished the goals, or we have good things which we wanted for ourselves. It could be anyway, externally or something. And imagine not feeling good about who you are and where you are, and not knowing, and having a lot of these thinking patterns or something which is not helping you be satisfied or helping you feel good about yourself. Could be many reasons. And I do not see the point of all of that. So for me, whether I do it on the scale which I'm doing currently, or I do it on a larger scale, reaching out to more people through various forums, or writing my books. I'm very, very passionate about writing blogs. and I definitely want to write books and reach out to a lot more people as of now. And I also come from a little bit of a I'm not I used to be a planner, but I think this field has taught me to, but there's so much more life can offer if you're not too rigid in your plans. So I think I do have a vision, and I do see myself doing a lot more, but I also am trying. I've understood one thing: for me to enjoy this process is become way more important, because sometimes I did get caught in the doing, and then I was not really enjoying myself.
uh,
So I'm going with that flow at the moment. Yeah.
okay. So let me ask you this. So what does success mean to you?
For me, I think for me, the success is, in very simple terms, means to me to be better than yesterday. I think for me, successful is to be better than what I was yesterday. And it also means sometimes if you're not actively being in some area better, at least you are in that realization and you're aware of where you are at, and you learn even from that. If not having a good day or not having a great experience is even more propelling you to pay attention, because I consider myself as a very, very like a highly dedicated student of life. Like, I consider myself that. So for me, to learn from every experience becomes my immediate default. Like, whether it's being in this interview with you, I was in a coaching call earlier, it could be anything. I actually pay a lot more attention in a deeper way. I don't want things to go by. So I contemplate, and I have attuned myself through various things, so that I'm actually trying to learn as much as while it's happening, instead of letting experiences go by. I would say, I'm not sure, did I answer your question right? Yeah.
Well, it's up to
For
you,
me,
right? Yeah.
this is being better than yesterday. To me, success means being better than yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. Are you working on any special projects, programs, conferences, or anything like books? I don't know.
Yes. So currently, I'm preparing like a program to deliver, like you know, to to helping people who are in leadership positions and they are finding uh, difficult to cope with the pandemic. So basically, I'm currently working on that content. I recently just did a corporate workshop as well, which was basically to cuddle the inner child. So that was quite interesting for me. And apart from that, I do have a plan of turning my blogs into a book, and yeah, and I do my regular coaching as well. So
Nice.
that.
How can people go and find more about you?
So I think the best place right now would be on my social media handles, which is my Instagram handle. Do I tell it out right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
it's
want.
yeah, @thank you self, thank you self, and also my Facebook page, which is AM Shilpa, AM Shilpa. So
Okay.
these two are there. And also, people could write to me directly on my email address, which is shilpa.change@gmail.com. So
Okay.
these are the three, yeah, currently. My website is on the works at the moment. So these are the best channels to reach out.
Well, excellent. I really appreciate you coming on and spending a little bit of time with me and just helping out the audience discover some ways to start finding their passion.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. And to those watching at home, if you would like more content just like this with people who are, moving their lives forward and helping others do the same, I recommend you go and check out the links either above or below this video to our communities, either on Facebook or LinkedIn, so you guys can get plugged in and connected to like-minded individuals and start to have a mastermind effect. If that is you, go ahead and click on the link above or below the video and join us inside of our communities. Have a great day, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed creating it. We'll see you in the next one. Talk to you guys soon. We're done recording in 3 and 2 and